guys, and welcome to another episode of Analysis. Now, before I go ahead, I just want to pay my respects and send my condolences to Ricky Hatton's family. Ricky Hatton was a boxing legend, and just wanted to pay my respects. Ricky Hatton, rest in peace. Well, early hours yesterday morning, Sunday morning, I'd set my alarm, I went to bed, and I set my alarm for 2 o'clock. I woke up, put Netflix on. I watched some of the early fights, but really, I was here for the main event between two great champions, Canelo Alvarez and Terence Bud Crawford. And I must say, I wasn't disappointed. Now, this fight played out exactly how I thought it would play out. I even put this in my prediction video. It played out exactly how I thought it was going to play out. I knew both men come in very fit, looking really good. Canelo, he came in last, but Crawford's entrance, he came in, and I can't remember the film now, but it was like a homage to the Mexican and this film, and he came in with the guitar case. He walked in like an assassin. He came in there, happy, in a good mood, but when it got to the ring and the fight time was here, he was serious. Canelo Alvarez, he came in to a big applause. Again, we had the music, and he looked serious from the moment he walked in. So I knew this fight was going to be something special. I knew it was going to be good. Now, leading up to this fight, I was hearing a lot of things in the media, a lot of channels were basically just saying that Terence Crawford is too small and Canelo was just going to walk all over him, and it was going to be almost like a mismatch. That's what a lot of people were saying. And I was thinking to myself, the guy's up until this point a 4-division champion, 2-division undisputed champion. We've seen what he can do, and yet he was completely written off, almost put into like just another fighter. And to me, I just couldn't see how people weren't giving him a chance. I just didn't see it. And I think a lot of it was based off the Madrimov fight. Now, Terence Crawford fighting Madrimov is a completely different scenario to him fighting Canelo Alvarez. Madrimov and Alvarez, two different boxers, two different fighters. And I think it was Madrimov's movement that just made Terence Crawford not be able to manage him as well. But yet he still won that fight. It wasn't a knockout. And I know up until that point, I think his previous 10 fights, he had been knocking people out. But it was still a good performance. Now, with this fight, this was like in 3 different parts. It started Terence Crawford and Canelo were cautious. And I think that was up to the first 4 rounds. None of them committing, but just sizing each other up and trying to download each other's data for the first 4 rounds, although there wasn't a lot going on in that first 4 rounds. Then I think it was around the 4th from the 4th onwards, it may have been the 5th, the pace lifted. Canelo, he was marching forward. I did see a lot more body movement from Canelo and feints and head movement, but I didn't see a big change in footwork. He was determined that he was gonna wear Terence Crawford down, march forward, and eventually, with some power shots, he would get to him. Now Crawford, he stayed in the pocket at times, and yet he did use the ring, but he wasn't running. He was just using range, and he, from where he was able to jab, and he fought in a southpaw stance throughout the whole fight. He was able to jab, and just keep the distance. When Canelo did catch him with a few body shots and the right hands, Crawford did have his guard up, so he blocked the right hands to the head. He got caught with some body shots, but every time Canelo put the pressure on and attacked him, he'd come back with combinations. So he delivered more punches than Canelo actually did during that fight. And he landed more punches than Canelo. He never once just allowed Canelo to have his own way. Around the 6th round, they got into a clinch. And I thought Canelo thought he had him. He was the stronger man. But that wrestling background of Terence Crawford, that paid off, because he just managed to hold him, lock his arms, and turn him back round. And the referee came in and broke the clinch. And that happened twice during the fight, 2 or 3 times during the fight. Canelo's strength didn't come into play when it come to the clinches. Terence Crawford's wrestling background came into play. Now, throughout the mid-rounds, Crawford picked the fight up. He started to use the distance. At some points in the fight, he even stayed in the pocket and he banged it out with Canelo, but he was smart enough not to stay in there, to get back out, put in some combinations, get back out. His hand speed, his foot speed, and his boxing IQ, I felt, was just too much for Canelo. At times, Canelo was finding it very frustrating. Like I said earlier, Canelo was throwing single shots to the head, to the body, single punches. And every time he threw a punch, an attack, Crawford came back with a combination and a flurry of punches and then was out. He didn't stick around, he was out. Matt told him, fight your fight, don't get involved. So then he went back to keeping a distance and boxing. And what a performance he put on. He was just on another level. Canelo had no answers for what Crawford was doing in that ring. All he could do was what he has been doing in his last few fights. March forward, hope he can wear this guy out with pressure, and wear him down and catch him and break him and put him out. But that didn't happen. And when that didn't happen, Canelo just became frustrated. It's almost like he lost the will to carry on. Not because he was hurt, but because I felt he was just frustrated and probably annoyed with himself that he couldn't get to Crawford like he wanted to get to him. He didn't hurt Crawford, and Crawford never hurt him. But there was times in that fight that when he did hit Crawford, Crawford came back with a combination, and at least 3 or 4 times sent his head back and made him step back. And that's something that we haven't seen in a long time from Canelo. Crawford in that ring yesterday was just, it was fantastic. Amazing display of boxing. What can I say? The guy, he's got dog in him, like I said before. You can't bully Crawford. And he has this extreme confidence that even from the press conferences, the weigh-in, he believed that he was going to win this fight. He believed that. He wasn't just saying it, he believed it. He brought that into existence. Now, around the 9th round, was it 9th? Yeah, 9th or the 10th round, that's when Crawford really picked it up and he went for it. Canelo, by this time, especially in the later rounds and the championship rounds, he needed the knockout. He did come out and put the pressure on more and was throwing more, but he was still lost for what he could do. He just didn't have control of this fight, not the way he wanted it. At the end of the fight, both fighters put their hands up, but really, there was only one winner, and that was Terence Crawford. 3 times undisputed world champion, and that will go down in history books. What a fight. Well, anyway, guys, thanks for watching the video. I needed to just get on here and just give an update following my prediction. Oh, and guys, don't forget, if you like the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Peace. I'm out of here.